Well, folks, Daryl here. It's Friday, December the 16th, 2016, and it's colder than a grave digger's ass here this morning. Just came in from outside, putting wood on my fire. She's cold. Anyway, hope everybody up north is doing good, staying warm. This video today is going to be about my union, the Teamsters 979, and their absolute lack of assistance to me through all of this bullshit that I've been through. In particular, Mr. Kelly Gortson, the secretary. Absolutely despicable the way he's been with me through all of this stuff. And 2 weeks ago was the final straw when he fucking phones me and he tells me, a Manitoba Métis citizen, honorably discharged Canadian veteran, that he made a deal on my behalf with the crooks at BBE and the crooks at the Allied Hydro Council and the crooks at the Manitoba Hydro. They all got together and they figured they were going to silence Mr. Daryl Inkster. So they made a little agreement that I posted up on the page here a couple weeks ago, in which Mr. Gortson signed away my constitutional rights. He signed a document after I expressly forbade him to do so, telling BBE and the Allied Hydro Council and Manitoba Hydro's bullshit set up there run by Peterson called the HPMA. He told them that I would settle for less money than I was going to the arbitration for, and that I would sit back quietly and not tell anybody anything about this fucking deal. Well, Kelly, as you could plainly see, it didn't work. I have no intentions of shutting up about this bullshit that you're involved in against my wishes. I'm not going to stop telling people, everybody, how you, supposedly representing me, haven't done a fucking thing for me in the last year and a half. In fact, I've spent just as much time fighting you as I have anyone else. Now, I want people to know out there just how things are working up there at Kiosk and on all the other job sites owned by Hydro in Manitoba, it seems. You're all in fucking bed together. There's no doubt about it. The OEs are the same thing. They got Suzanne Summers, or pardon me, Suzanne Ducharme, who used to work for the HPMA. That's a direct hydro company, or whatever they want to call it. It's a smoke and mirrors setup built by Hydro to keep a lid on working people up there. And it's worked up until now, until big old yappy me, who refuses to be silenced, is telling people exactly what the fuck is going on up there. Now, you're all in bed together. The HPMA with Peterson running that. The Teamsters with Kelly Gortson running that. Hydro with Kelvin Shepherd running that. The Allied Hydro Council that's supposed to represent the unions representing the workers. It's all a crooked fucking deal, people. Crooked. No other way to put it. And when any of us workers have a legitimate issue like I have, Everybody seems to come together to railroad and choke out the poor little fucker at the bottom. But it hasn't worked on me because I have a fucking big mouth. And way back when I was a kid, I put on the Canadian military uniform in the reserves to fight against bullshit like this. Even when I was a kid, I wasn't a coward. I knew fucking well I could get called into active battle if there was a war happened. And I still put on that uniform. And I'll be fucked if I'm going to let douchebags like the works of you fuckers quieten me down. Now what's happening at Kiosk, the amount of money that's being pissed away up there, and how the local people, the reserve people up there, the working people, are being treated is absolutely fucking criminal. The way that guys like me, who happen to be Aboriginal too, not from the reserves up north, but I'm Métis, and I am an Aboriginal citizen of this fucking country. And the last year and a half of the shit that I've been dragged through is criminal, Calvin Shepherd. It's criminal, Kelly Gordson. You're guilty of bad faith bargaining, Kelly. And if you think I'm letting this go, you're fucking dead wrong. Now, getting back to that agreement that you signed, that illegal agreement that you signed. You call it a memorandum of agreement. I call it a fucking pile of used toilet paper. Because you never, in any way, shape, or form, had my permission to do that. In fact, when you called me, I fought with you on the phone, and that's when you told me that because I'm at home with medical issues that I should smoke marijuana. Medical marijuana. Somehow making that different than ordinary marijuana, I guess. It still fucks your mind up. Now, for the head honcho of a union that represents working men that need their driver's licenses and they need their clear faculties about them to be able to work, I thought that was just the final fucking kick in my balls. Because I pride myself on being a straight cowboy. I don't need drugs other than medical ones prescribed by a doctor for real issues. I don't need to cloud my head with pot. I think maybe you were trying to get me to become a pothead so that maybe I would be stoned all the time and I would forget about all of this shit that you've done to me. But it hasn't worked. And I ain't going to become a pothead. I have friends that use marijuana, and I don't care if they do. That's up to them. But I don't. I hardly drink anymore. I have the odd beer and a little bit of fucking Jack Daniels. And that's it. The rest of the time, I keep my mind straight to fend off all the bullshit that I've had thrown at me by all of you fuckers, especially you, Kelly. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're supposed to represent us. You take union dues from us every month, every paycheck. And in my case, for what? You fought me every step of the way. You even fought me when I tried to get coverage under your insurance plan, the Manulife plan. I had to sue them too. And you guys told me I wouldn't win. But I did it myself, and I got my money. No help to you. Or no help from you, pardon me. I've had to take Hydro and Calvin Shepherd and BBE and Mark Brewer to small claims court to try and get some of my fucking money that they owe me. More illegalities. And you didn't help me fuck all, Kelly. Nothing. And now I've waited a year and a half for my hearing, arbitration hearing, so I could air my dirty laundry against these pricks. And that was supposed to happen this week. And 2 weeks ago, you stole that from me. You literally stole it from me. You called me hoping that I would fucking agree with you and pat you on the ass for such a great job. And when I told you no, don't do it, you went ahead and did it anyway with all these greasy bastards. And you effectively, illegally removed my constitutional rights. You signed an agreement on my behalf like as though I'm somebody that's incapacitated and not mentally stable and in charge of my own affairs. And I'm here to tell you, go fuck yourself. I am most certainly in charge of my own affairs. I'm not crazy. I'm under extreme stress because of you fuckers. There's no doubt about that. But I am in control of all my faculties and I'm fighting you fuckers legally. Don't ever forget that. No matter what all of you pricks have done to me since May the 18th in 2015, I'm still sharp as a fucking bulldog. Mad? Yes. Not gonna lay down and take it? Yes. But far from fucking crazy and far from not being able to look after my own life, Kelly Gordson. And I'm never gonna forgive you for signing that fucking agreement. And I'm never gonna recognize it. Ever. And you sure as fuck ain't gonna tell me how to talk, when to talk, who to talk to, and what the fuck to talk about. Kiss my ass, Kelly. Kiss my ass. Is that clear enough? Because every time I've dealt with you on the phone, it's been like yelling at a fucking brick wall. You don't hear me. Did you hear me now? Kiss my ass. You signed an illegal agreement. You broke the law. You broke my fucking constitutional rights. And I'm not going to let that slide. And I think I've made it clear possibly now, by now, to you and the lawyer for the Teamsters, Paul McKenna, that I am not accepting that bullshit that you signed. You didn't do it on my behalf. And I hope you're not mailing me out that check, because it's coming right back to you. I'm not going to cash that fucking piece of shit, because I don't recognize it. I would be a party to an illegal document if I do. So don't expect a signature and don't expect that check to be cashed if it ever gets here. Now I want you fuckers to know that you have disrupted my Christmas, that's for fucking sure. Because even I didn't think you were capable of what you did to me 2 weeks ago. I really didn't think you would go that far. But you did. And now we're fucking enemies. There's no doubt about that now. I knew you haven't done fuck all for me in a year and a half, but now I know exactly who butters your bread and what side of the fence you're on, and it sure as fuck ain't on the working man's side. So I think I've gone on long enough, Kelly. I think you maybe get the picture now, because I'm betting you're going to see this. I'm betting you somebody will take it to you, or you'll find it, or I'll send it to you, whatever. But I'm putting you on notice. You don't represent me. You never have. Never have. And that's unfortunate. But smoke and mirrors and me don't get along very good. So fuck you, Kelly. Have a good Christmas. And kiss my ass. All you people up at kiosk that think you're being represented by these unions, think again. Because you're not. They don't give a fuck about you. Neither does Hydro. And definitely not that Allied Hydro Council and that HPMA bullshit. It's a farce. Know it. Protect yourselves, and if you gotta work up there, don't rely on any of these fuckers to protect you, especially the unions and BBE and McNeil and all those other douchebags. You're on your own. Make fucking sure you know that. Workplace safety and health too. You don't. They don't give a rat's snapper about you. Look after yourselves, guys. I know I still have friends up there, and I know you have no choice but to stay working there. Money's money. But look out for each other and stay safe. Miigwech, you'll be seeing me again. Thank you.